Hi, I'm Rosenthal and I am a fashion designer based in Manila.
My name is Anna. I'm the brand manager of Recess.
My name is Ella Fortune. I am the e-commerce merchandising operations manager at Balsam International. Formerly, I was the senior brand manager of Versace in the Philippines.
I've always been inspired by seeing the appreciation that my mom and my grandmother always had in all types of clothing. It's kind of what led me towards this journey in producing clothing myself as a designer now.
I was just always in love with clothes. Like, I really enjoyed dressing up, and then from there, that's what spiked my interest in researching more about the different brands that's out there.
I've always kind of been into fashion, but I had one opportunity to go to Paris with my family. And when I went there, I fell in love with it.
I realized that I had an interest and a strong drive to pursue something that had anything to do with production. That's when I decided to really concentrate on pursuing further studies in fashion. And that's how I ended up at Instituto Marangoni.
If I'm not mistaken, Instituto Marangoni is one of the first schools to offer the luxury brand management master's program. I thought, the first time I came across it, I thought it was the perfect mix for me because it was going to immerse me into the world of fashion and at the same time be able to focus on the business aspect of it.
So I did 2 degrees with Instituto Marangoni in the London campus. The first was a postgraduate 1-year course, and after that, I continued on to the MA Fashion Design Women's Wear, where I was lucky enough to graduate with distinction or honors.
I was very fortunate that Marangoni had a course that was perfect, I think, for what I wanted to do. It was the 1-year intensive course. It was fashion and luxury brand management.
Instituto Marangoni has been very eye-opening in the sense that they're very multicultural. You feel very international when you're there. We're able to experience the business element of it and the design element. And so I think that is what sets the school apart from the other universities concentrated in fashion.
I had all these classes about fabrics, about production,
design and product development, and PR and marketing, global supply chain operations, and even creatives.
I really enjoyed them. I felt like this is really what I needed to know. I didn't know that being in fashion could mean all of these things.
What I really liked about Marangoni was that it has such close links to the fashion industry. I delved into PR. I did that in Jenny Packham when I was still based in London, so I worked as a PR intern for the brand. And then when I went to New York, I also did a PR internship for Tod's and then Roger Vivier. After my internship in Tod's and Roger Vivier, I went to Armani, where I worked in wholesale.
In Marangoni, I did so many interviews and finally landed what would be my 6-month-long internship with Carla Otto Paris. I learned the background of fashion. I was, assisting in all of these fashion shows during couture and spring, summer seasons. When you say you're from Marangoni, they're like, oh, I know that fashion school. So they kind of look at you in a different light when you say you're from Marangoni.
Luckily enough, we were able to hold projects under Burberry and Alexander McQueen. Beyond with working for big houses and doing projects for them, we've also been able to work with up-and-coming London-based designers, and so being able to go through their ateliers and see how they run their businesses has definitely been the pattern of which I've followed my own business model here in Manila.
One of my career milestones is having brought Versace in the Philippines in 2019 when it first was launched here. So I was very fortunate. They gave me that opportunity to lead the team as a brand manager, and it opened up my eyes to luxury. It made me do everything I had only dreamed about when I was in Paris. And it was a great milestone for not just Versace but also the Philippines, because we had never had this amazing brand come in.
I feel like being the brand manager of Recess was such a big responsibility that was given to me. I am so proud to be part of that team, especially seeing how we've grown from a brand that no one knew and seeing where we are right now. It's just so amazing to be part of that.
I think because I've been able to have a glimpse of how international shows could be like, being able to show in Malaysia and in New York for both the Stylo Benz Asia show that was in Kuala Lumpur and for New York Fashion Week in 2016-2017. I think what my future plans are at the moment is to definitely just keep doing what I'm doing in terms of the custom bridal work and evening wear, and really establish a footprint I'm hoping to be in London or in Paris when able again, and when we can all fly out and participate in International Fashion Week.
One of the pieces of advice I can give to aspiring students, whether you be in fashion or in anything else that Marangoni has to offer, take every internship, take every opportunity, say yes.
Take part in the extracurricular activities because those things are very, very important too and will expose you to the real world.
And just keep your eye open for anything that's new and invigorating to the spirit. The fashion industry is here to keep creativity alive.